So today is release day. I am super excited. My book ALIAS just became available on Apple Books, Kobo, all kind of different places. I'll make sure I link them below. So stick around because I have some tips on what not to do or what I won't do next time when I write my next novel. So, in honor of release day, I'm going to tell you guys what I wish I had done a little bit differently or that I shouldn't have done at all. I'm a little bit disappointed because I really thought I was going to have the actual hard copy in my hand, but because of the snow, Amazon is a little bit slow. We're not used to getting snow here in North Carolina very much. So I'm just gonna drop a little video or picture right there in the video so you guys can see my book, ALIAS. So I'm super excited about this. This is my first pre-order and then publish as far as novels go. I did publish, of course, as you can see up there, some kids books, ADHD, The Help We So Desperately Needed, Alex's Alphabet Frenzy, and then I also have a Be a Boss 2020 planner. But this was my first novel. Now, I worked on this novel from the time I was like 15 until now. And the reason why it took me so long was because it was a very emotional book. And that's why in one of my other videos, you'll notice that I chose not to edit, which I think is my very first. I wish I had changed that. I wish that I had actually sent it off to an editor. I didn't because of all the reasons that I put in that video. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. I'm going to link it below so you guys can know why I chose not to edit. But in the future, I'm definitely going to edit. I do plan on editing my next book, which is called The Del Victors. I definitely plan on editing, and editing again, and re-editing, all the above. Basically, my big reason was just that I didn't want to take away from who I was when I was writing it back then. And that's the major reason why I didn't edit. I did do some minor editing as far as grammatical and things like that, but as far as developmental, I did not edit that. And like I said, I wish I had, or at least I plan to in my next books. My second major thing that I wish I had done was the developmental recheck. I wish I went back and really just checked some of those developmental switches, because like I said before, I didn't do that. And I was kind of nervous to put this book out there, but it was really important to get it out of me and onto paper and into book format, because that was what I thought was going to be my best book. However, now that I'm finished with that, I know that it wasn't. And a lot of times when you release your debut novel, it's not actually your best work. And so that's something that I have learned through my process, was that your first work is never going to be your best work, because writing is a process. You are going to learn so much during your process, and it's going to change who you are as a writer. I had to switch lights. It's probably a glare now, but it's okay. Anyways, so I wish that I had done a few developmental things, but it's okay, because like I said before, your first novel is not going to be your best. And I know that my next novel is going to be amazing, and I'm super excited about this one. It's actually a full series about vampires. I'm not going to tell you what kind, but just know that it kind of falls in the LGBTQ plus community, because obviously so do I. If you guys have been here before, you know that I have a wife, and I'm definitely a strong part of the LGBTQ plus community. The thing that I wish I had done with this book was I wish I had not rushed my ending. I wish I would have added a few more elements to kind of give you guys a bigger idea of what really happened in the story, because if you know, based on some of my other videos, it's actually based on a true story, which actually is my true story. And one of my readers, she said, "Oh my gosh, did this really happen to you?" And I said, "Yeah, it did, except for it was probably a lot worse and more detailed." Um, so I can't wait to see her review on my book because I know it's going to be amazing. I really appreciate the support of everybody who did read it and who is reviewing it now for me. Over the years, I've had a few people take a look at it and they loved it. So I wasn't too much worried about whether it was going to be a good book because I know that the book itself is good. But I didn't follow any of the story beats that I know about now. And I wish I had known or wish that I could have used those in that book. But like I said, the first one's never your best one, and that's okay. I'm just really glad that I got it out there. I'm proud of myself for putting it out there. And so that was something that was very, 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 very important to me because I felt like my story could help change the lives of other people, especially knowing from a standpoint of a runaway, knowing what is out there and what could happen. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a book for young adults, but it was really about a young adult. So maybe it could possibly help those parents who have children who are runaways kind of explain to them these things could actually happen to you while you're out here. And so my whole purpose was I really wanted to help save other people's lives. And that's one of the reasons I needed to get it out there. But I wish, like I said, I had used some of those story beats that I know about now. And I wish I hadn't rushed that ending. The ending, I felt like I was just so tired of writing about it, and I was excited about putting it out there and getting to my next book because I was done with all the trauma and the pain and being a victim. So I needed to do that as a therapeutic escape. So I wish I had done that a little bit differently, but overall, I am super proud of my book. I'm excited. I really hope that it helps other people out. And I think that I'm going to think about donating some of the proceeds from that book to a runaway foundation. But I don't know yet, so don't take my word on that. But we'll see. I'm looking into it now. But those are some of the major things that I wish I had done with this book. And I really was not going to publish it, send it off for query to any publishers. In the past, I was super excited about doing that, but over the past year, I decided I was going to just do it the indie author style, an indie author way, the self-publishing. And so I did, but laying in bed with my wife, she told me, what is it going to hurt? Or she asked me, what is it going to hurt if you query to some publishers? You already have your book out there, so what's it going to hurt? And so now I think that it's out there. I might actually just query to some publishers and just see how that goes, because I'm not against traditional publishing. I just so happen to be a indie author, and so I'm self-publishing at this time. But I would definitely hope to be published by an author, a publishing house, So I think that I might actually do that with this one. I'm definitely going to do it with my next one. I probably still will put that out, self-publish it, but we'll just see how that goes. But as far as my first one, that's all that I think that I really could have done differently. And in the future, I may go back and I may edit it. But for right now, I'm done with that. I'm excited that it's out there. And I'm excited for you guys to read it. So make sure you head over to Amazon. I'm going to link it below. Make sure you head over to Amazon and you order it if you haven't ordered it already. I'm going to leave it up on my website for the next probably 24 hours. I've got it at a discounted price if you buy it on my website. The only thing is, if you buy it on my website, I just really ask that you go and make sure that you put your review on Amazon instead of my actual website. And if you want to keep up with my work on the Del Victors or any of my other books that I'm working on right now, make sure that you follow me on my Patreon page as well and sign up on my website for my newsletter. That's all I have for you guys today. I'm super excited. It's release day. This is the most exciting thing that's happened, I think, throughout my publishing journey. So I'm really excited. I hope to get you guys excited as well. And until next time, make sure that you meditate and take care of your mental wellness, because it's important to you and it's important to me. Have a good one.